Hey everybody, it's Vanessa. So I am doing a reading today. Sorry, I stumbled over my word for a sec. I'm doing a reading today called Let's Get Hyped. I'm feeling super hyped today. I'm like really high energy and just feeling good about being alive, right? And not every day is a 10, but I'd like to get as close to that as possible. So today we're going to be kind of talking about, what good stuff is coming your way. And this is kind of like my Tuesday good news day sort of a vibe, but just amped up to the nth degree. So we have 3 options to choose from today. Option 1 is with the blue nail polish. Option 2 is with the purple nail polish. And option 3 is with that sparkly gold nail polish. So the purpose of this reading is to kind of talk about what good stuff is coming your way, but can also talk about what difficulties you've been going through. So whether this is something that's tangible and actual moving into your reality, or this is kind of the dissipating negative energies, whatever it may be, this is what do you have to get excited about? What do you have to get hyped about? Just really what is going to be making your life better and easier and getting it closer to be, a 10 out of 10. We want you to have as many days like that as possible. So take a minute, pause the video if you need it, to reflect on the choices in front of you. I'm so sorry, I just had a brain blank super bad. So take a minute to pause, reflect if you need it. But other than that, I'm going to get started with group 1 with our lovely blue nail polish. Hi, group 1. So you chose the fantastic blue nail polish. It's really, really cute. I actually have it on right now, but it's chipped as all get out. Weirdly enough, I have all 3 on. I tried to make a galaxy sort of a theme. It was good, but not what I was expecting. I'm really bad at painting my nails. This is why I like doing still shots instead of doing videos where you can see my hands, because I'm really bad about aesthetic. But anyway, if you were drawn to this group, first and foremost with the blue, I feel like there's a lot of truth and communication that needs to come your way, especially with your cards that came out, and I'll get into that in a minute. But, blue is all about that energy of the throat chakra, so there's a lot of, I'm getting healing too. I feel like there needs to be healing words exchanged between you and another person, or possibly multiple people. But yeah, it's just kind of that sort of an energy of reaching out. And there's a lot of blue in your spread as well, so this is really reiterated. So first and foremost, what I'm really drawn to is you have domestic harmony. So this may indicate kind of the area this is taking place. This may be in your home. This may be about your home. I'm really getting this is about either the people in your, you share a home with, the people you consider family, or a physical home more than anything else. So with domestic harmony, again, I like that the Merkaba in the middle is green. So this is a lot of heart chakra energy as well. This is why I feel like there needs to be healing communication. This is card 46 in case that's significant to you. So that reduces down to a 10. And with the 10 of cups right below it, this really tells me that you are coming to the end of a cycle. And with the 5 of wands here, I can tell it's been a difficult cycle, right? So what I feel like is there are either people in your home or these are your family where there's been tension, right? There has been a lot of splintered energy. There's been a lot of kind of chaos back and forth. So for me, whenever I see the traditional 5 of wands, which is the card on the far left in the tarot on the bottom row, if you look, it's 5 dudes and they're just waving sticks around and everybody's confused, but nobody's hitting each other. So for me, this is a card of competition, of pettiness, of passive aggression more than anything else, right? This is where, maybe you're trying to speak your mind and it's just misunderstood, and that kind of makes you defensive. And then, the other person's trying to communicate and maybe you misunderstand them. It's just misunderstandings a lot of the time. It's definitely what I'm feeling here. There's a lot of discord. And it's super interesting because I used the traditional tarot, and all my decks are going to be linked below, by the way, in the description box. So I used the traditional Rider-Waite tarot for the first 2 cards. And then the other one, I used the Food Fortunes card by, I think it's Josh Lafayette. I'll link the deck. It's amazing. I love this deck. I highly recommend it. So with the Food Fortunes card, the Sweet Holy One is actually the equivalent of the Five of Wands. So you got the Five of Wands twice, but the first one, it's upright. The second one, it's reversed. And I think this is a really, really beautiful kind of synchronicity. I don't know why I was going to say synergy, because I do feel like there's almost a synergistic element. And oof, sorry, my hands are crackling. With the Choose a New Direction card, I've never noticed this before, but I'm really drawn to it. There's a whole bunch of people in the front, and then there's I think it's two people in the foreground, and they have what looks like a wand with a bright light. So for me, and the bright light also corresponds to either the rising or setting sun. To me, I feel like there's been some issue with you being, like, with people being their authentic selves. Particularly, I'm getting the feeling this is for you, my viewer. Being your authentic self, shining your light. And I feel like maybe people just don't understand it. Maybe people are threatened by it, right? Because a lot of people feel uncomfortable when they're confronted with change or drastically new ideas. Excuse me. Maybe you tried to kind of like speak a truth. I'm hearing constructive criticism. So maybe you tried to like help somebody in your family or in your home, and it was just taken totally the wrong way and out of context. Whatever this is, I feel like you're trying to be very honest and very forthright. And I don't feel like this is like aggressive, right? It doesn't feel like I'm just telling it like it is when people are really being like assholes. But I feel like there's just been like layer upon layer of kind of misunderstanding, and it's created this like very like rigor mortis energy. It feels like it's very, very hard for you and these other people to overcome this, maybe one person or multiple people. So with the Five of Wands to the Ten of Cups under domestic harmony, I feel like you're working these things out. I do have to say, because the staple is equivalent to, the Chariot card. The Chariot's all about movement forward, and it's all about, victory through your own kind of self-will and your own self-mastery, right? So it's a very strong-willed energy. The Chariot card's also, sorry guys, representative of Cancer's energy. So you might be dealing with a Cancer, or you could be a Cancer, or I feel like this could come to some type of resolution around the Cancer full moon, which is the end of December. I want to say it's the 20th. This is a timeless reading, but if you're watching this roughly around the time that I release it, so don't hold me to that. It might be different, but really what I'm seeing here is that, this situation is going to be resolved. I do have to say, for some of you, I feel like with Choose a New Direction and I almost said the Cancer card, the Chariot card reverse, I feel like you're going to be stepping away from this situation. For some of you, there will be a resolution, right? There will be healing communication, but others of you, I'm really feeling like, because we end with the Five of Wands reversed, right? And the Five of Wands reversed is more about internal chaos and conflict, but it can also be about releasing that sort of negative, difficult energy. So really what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing that for some of you, there will kind of be this resolution and this healthy communication back and forth. But for others of you, I do feel like the most peaceful solution is going to be to disengage from this situation. Now, this may mean moving. This may mean like just taking a lot more alone time, finding a way to be happy in the physical or emotional space you call home is really what's going to be happening. And for some of you, that will mean moving. I do have to say, for others of you, because the Chariot is reversed, and that's normally about movement forward and travel, as well as, like I said, victory and success. For some of you, if you've been trying to move to escape a difficult situation in your home or family life, I feel like that might not come through for you. But if that is the case, I feel like this is because you will be solving the communication problems with the other people involved. So I'm really getting two major energies, is that either way, there's going to be this resolution to whatever has been uncomfortable for you, right? And like I said, this could be a literal home, literal like blood family. This could be, in-laws. This could be friends that you live with, roommates. This could be people, again, that you consider to be like family. There's been a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of passive aggression. And I feel like there's some people's energy that's just not as mature as yours, potentially. So it's not like they lash out to be like knowingly, consciously lash out to be jerks. It just is like they're like, again, there's a lack of awareness or maturity here. And I do feel like whether this is through, like a healing conversation or communication with your spiritual team that heals you, I do feel like you'll be getting resolution and you'll be able to move forward in one way or another. Because we do have this card with the dragonfly, when dragonflies are all about like truth and transcending illusion. It says, I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. So with all of the blue, I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of communication spiritually. And this is either going to pave the way for these important conversations with, your loved ones, the people you care about. Or this is going to give you the kind of closure you need to move forward. Because I'm really drawn to, like I said, the person with the wand and the choose a new direction card, like it makes me feel like you're shining your light, right? You are, whether this is you being you or you being like just very patient while other people are kind of coming at you with deference. I feel like you've been very, very patient. I feel like there's a lot of people on this card too, and there's a lot of people on the Five of Wands, so you may have had to be very patient through many cycles or with a literal lot of people. But I feel like you've been patient. You've been trying to shine your light. You've been trying to lead by example is really what I'm hearing. And I feel like with the 2 10s, I feel like it's time for this cycle to end. It's interesting too because we have the 2 5, so that could be equivalent to another 10. But I feel like this is time for this to be over, right? It's time for this like difficult energy to pass. And I feel like that's going to happen no matter what. And again, I feel like it's kind of split 50-50, whether this is you're going to finally make some headway with the people you've been struggling with, excuse me, or you're going to get an offer or an option to be able to seek out a different domestic situation. Again, whether this is a literal home or like your family, you might have a difficult roommate and they choose to move out, or you might get an opportunity to have a new living situation. I see a lot more peace coming in, a lot more resolution. I do have to say, sorry, I just got a message about this where I was looking at the 10 of Cups and the Chariot reverse. So the Chariot, while it can be about moving, especially like an actual literal move, I feel like for a very small number of you, there was a lot of conflict and it made you want to move and like really, really gung-ho about moving. With this choose a new direction energy. And I feel like there's going to be some type of like little itty bitty miracle that makes you kind of fall in love with where you are all over again. It makes you want to not leave, right? And this is for a very small number of you. But I feel like because there's so many like staples of like the imagery on the staple card of like comfort, and with the 10 of Cups right next to it, as soon as I looked at those two together, all I heard was no place like home. So I feel like for some of you, this energy is just going to dissolve into nothing. And it's like it didn't happen. And it served a great spiritual purpose, right? It was difficult energies because there are lessons that all people involved are working through. And you guys were working through it together. And I feel like if that's the case, the lesson has been learned, right? The energy is resolved, and then this part of the soul contract can be dissolved, and you can move forward more peacefully and harmoniously. But whatever you've been struggling with in these situations, I do feel like there is going to be some type of resolution. So that's, it's not the most flashy, but trouble at home is really, really difficult. The world is the world can be a very heavy place sometimes, especially right now, and especially where we're all kind of forced to be at home a little bit more than we normally would. Home life, especially right now, is so important. So if you've been struggling with yours, this is like getting resolved for you. So this is going to be a really nice time of fresh beginnings and harmony kind of coming in. So I think that is about everything that I see here. I do personal readings. I have a number of different readings on my shop. The link is in the description box below. If you don't see something that meets your specific spiritual or financial needs, DM me because I'll totally do custom readings. Yeah, and then I also have all of the links to my other content channels as well as my Patreon page and my Instagram. And I just recently started a TikTok because apparently that's the thing to do now. So finally got my old ass to do it. So yeah, all of that's going to be in the description box down below. But that's everything that I have for you, Group 1. I hope this was helpful. I am wishing you all of the best and most beautiful things that life has to offer. Now I'm going to go to Group 2. Hi, Group 2. Okie dokie. So you chose the lovely purple nail polish. I love this one. So right away, I feel like there's something that's going on that's very... this involves your intuition really, really heavily. There's also a lot of accents of purple in your spread in the moon card, which is very much a card about your intuition. So I feel like you are going through this, your intuition may be, excuse me, I thought I had to burp. Your intuition might be heightened at this time, but it also may be that what I'm really feeling is I feel like there's something that's coming for you. There's like a cycle that's wrapping up and another one that's beginning, and they're almost kind of like superimposed on top of one another at this time. And I feel like intuitively you can sense this. You may have trouble seeing evidence of this in your physical reality or being able to articulate all of it. It feels very like complex is kind of what I'm getting. But I feel like you are aware of this and you're going to see this like blossom into manifestation. So this is really exciting. So looking at your cards, I am really, really drawn first and foremost to the surrender card. So this is card 91. I don't know why I'm getting this exactly right now, but if you were born in 1991, this might be a particularly strong, this might resonate particularly strongly, or this may involve somebody who was born in 1991 that you're dealing with, whether this is a friend, a coworker, sibling, child, whatever it may be. But really with this card, what I see more than anything else, first of all, 9 and 1 together is a 10. So there is some element of completion here. And this is echoed with this card, the Chip Breaker, which is equivalent to the World card in a traditional tarot. There is some element of completion that's happening here. And on this surrender card, so in this deck, the background and the Merkaba are different colors. Sometimes they're the same color, right? And sometimes they're different. So depending on the card. When I see them and they're the same color, that always kind of talks to me about how things are, at least in this, the area it's talking about, things are internally and externally harmonious, right? They're the same. In this one, they're not though. And I think it's really interesting, right? Because there's the red, which is like root chakra energy, and then there's the purple yet again, which is your third eye kind of intuitive chakra energy. So to me, again, this kind of speaks to, I feel like there is this difference between your physical reality and what you can sense. I feel like you're able to sense something right now that's like kind of coming into fruition. I feel like the words I heard are like it's coming nearer to you. So maybe you have the sense, like this impending building sense of like something's going to happen. Or maybe, excuse me, maybe like you're starting to see little synchronicities of something, but it's not like the full-blown event. But, I feel like this is, like I said, 9 and 1 is a 10. So you're coming to the end of something. You're coming to a culmination. And I feel like you are being asked right now to really, really surrender to the process, right? Surrender to your manifestation is really what I'm hearing. And this may be an energy that you've already been in recently. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is an energy you're in and you're struggling to come to terms with. And I say that because the 6 of Pentacles is reversed, and I'm really drawn to the man's hand where he's got the food and he's feeding that other person, right? So for me, I feel like you guys are likely, I feel like you guys are really intuitively gifted. I feel like you're probably excellent manifestors. I feel like you're generally very giving people. You might be more of in that like divine masculine energy where you take action toward toward a goal. And I feel like, again, with this energy of like, you are generally a very giving person. You will take action. You will give the shirt off your back toward another person who needs the help, especially. I'm getting that vibe. Like, this is very much like, I call it ethical warrior, where it's like, no, this person needs help. I'm going to be the one to make the change and do the work. And like, that's beautiful. I love that so much. But I feel like this might be difficult then, right? Because I feel like right now you're being asked to be in more of your divine feminine energy, where you are surrendered and you are open to receive. And that might be very, very hard for you. But sorry, I'm just looking at all your cards. I feel like so the top card is my vibes speak louder than my words. There's a lot of butterflies here again, right? So something is changing, something's transforming. There's a lot of purple on that card, which again, I love when it's like color scheme synchronicity. That's so cool. And with the moon card, again, I feel like this is something where you can sense this. This is drawing near. The moon is also, this can be Cancer or Pisces energy, so this may resonate with you or somebody that you're dealing with. But I really, really feel like you're in darkness right now, and I feel like you can, like I said, you can sense it, but you're not sure what's coming. And it may be very, very difficult for you, honestly. If you're usually the person that takes action, especially if you're, maybe more that Cancerian energy where you're very nurturing and you usually go out of your way to be a giver, it might be very uncomfortable to have to surrender to being the recipient of kindness is what I'm hearing. And I feel like because we have the chip breaker, like I said, which is equivalent to the world. And then we have the squeeze, which is, sorry, I can't say without laughing, which is equivalent to the Six of Cups, but they're both reversed. I feel like with the Six of Cups here, this has gone back. So that's really interesting. I just noticed this. So group one, there's a number 5 on either end of their tarot, and you have 6 on either end. They also had the Chariot in their reading, which is representative of Cancer's energy. So if you were drawn to group 1 as well, you may want to go back and watch that. There may be additional messages for you. But, with the Six of Cups reversed, I feel like this has been your personality for a very, very long time, right? You've just always been that kind of person. You may identify as something like a starseed or an indigo or a light worker, but you're just, again, it's that like ethical spiritual warrior where it's like, no, I'm going to be the one to make the change. I'm going to be the one to make a difference. I'm going to do the thing that I know is right, even if nobody else does. I feel like you step in and you do the work. More than anything else. That's really the vibe I'm getting, especially with the orange juice. Not only is orange juice incredibly healing and nurturing, but oranges are not synchronistic. Oh gosh, I can't remember the word I'm trying to think of. Corresponding, there we go. Oranges correspond with the energy of the sun. So I feel like this is very much so like, excuse me, this is very much like you try to be the sunshine, you try to step in, you try to make the difference. And I feel like with the opportunities card, right, because there's so many coins on it and it's very similar to the look of the Six of Pentacles, I feel like now is your time to be rewarded. Now is your time to get a lot of, to have a lot of good karma come back to you, essentially, because you've been, your vibes do speak louder than your words. I feel like your vibes put off this energy of wanting to help. So you may also be one of those people where, you may kind of like say it's, gosh, sorry, I just had the example. Oh no. You may be one of those people who kind of likes to do things anonymously or, be like, oh, it's no problem, but you're actually putting in a lot of effort to help somebody. But I feel like people know, like, again, with your vibes speak louder than your words, people know what kind of a person you are. And people know what kind of a person you are. And I feel like the time is close at hand where all of this good karma is going to come back to you. People want to help you, especially because we have the world here, right? And the world is all about the ending of a major cycle, a huge soul cycle. It's about, it's a completion, it's a graduation, it's a leveling up. So I feel like this is a journey you've been on for a while. And I feel like the time is now coming where you have to surrender to what people are trying to give back to you and surrender to what Spirit is trying to bless you with more than anything else, as well as the direction Spirit's trying to point you in for this next part of your journey. And I feel like these two topics are intertwined for you. So, what in short, answering the question, what is there to get hyped up about? I feel like your blessings are going to be coming in. I feel like it's going to be a lot of them. Like, especially if you look at the woman on the opportunity card, she's got her arms open. She's looking upward toward the skies. And I feel like this is, once you are able to surrender, you're able to open your arms and receive all of the good that, not only that Spirit wants to give you, but that other people want to give you, and that you have accrued, right, through all of your good deeds, all of the things that you try to do to help people. And even when you're not doing things like, the Six of Pentacles, it's like kind of more of a tangible, giving of things. But with my vibes speak louder than my words, I feel like you're the kind of person that even when you don't give anything, you give your energy, right? Your energy speaks for you, and you give that to other people. And with all the butterflies, I feel like you help people through periods of transformation and change. And again, because we have that 10 card, we have the World, and even the Moon is, close to the end of the cycle in the Major Arcana. So I feel like you help people through difficult times where they can't see where they're going, right? Where they're not really sure what's going to happen, where they may have a lot of fears, a lot of anxieties about taking the next step, because with the World reversed, this could talk about helping people to kind of close out a cycle they were afraid to close out. But I feel like you help people do that. You help people move past things and let go of their past. And I feel like now it's your turn, right? It's your turn to close out this cycle and to embrace this next version of your identity is really what I'm hearing. So yeah, what is there to get hyped up about? There's a lot of blessings coming in. There's most likely a lot of material and emotional blessings. This is more what I'm seeing more than anything else. But I do feel like there is a spiritual tie with this. So this is super duper exciting. I am stoked for you guys. I'm wishing the absolute best. If you need help with your specific situation, please feel free to check out my Etsy shop. The link is in the description below. I have a lot of different readings right now, but if you don't see something that meets your spiritual or financial needs, DM me because I will totally make a custom reading. Anyway, thanks for being here with me today, guys. I am wishing you all the best, and I'm going to move on to group 3. Hi, group 3. Okay, so we have a lot to get into here today. There's a lot that came through. You picked the group with the lovely gold nail polish, so this always makes me think of crown chakra, and we have a lot of crown chakra energy here as well. You guys actually got an extra tarot card. Yes, you actually got an extra tarot card today. So going through your tarot, first of all, I want to comment that all of them except the last one are reversed. And with the recovery card, I can see in the personal growth, I can see this has been a time of like a lot of pause, right? The Hanged Man and the Two of Swords, when they're upright, are cards of non-action. And the Hanged Man is also, 12th house energy, so it's like Pisces energy. So you may be dealing with a Pisces, or this may be, your energy. But really what I'm seeing here is the 12th house is the last in the zodiac. I feel like you have been wrapping up a cycle. And in the tarot, the Hanged Man always comes right before the Death card. And the Death card is, it is, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, it's always about when you're looking to make a major transformation, right? It's death and inherently rebirth as well. So I really like that about the Hanged Man is it's not only, being forced to look at things from a new perspective, taking a pause, reflecting, but it's, the only way you move forward in the story of the tarot, the only way you move forward from the Hanged Man is when you're ready to make a transformation. So when it's reversed, when the Hanged Man's reversed, this can kind of talk about the need to take that pause. But because it's coupled with the Two of Swords reversed, I feel like you've been in this energy already. And I love that both the man on the Hanged Man and the person in the Two of Swords have yellow shoes. I think that's really cool. So let me just look really quickly at your cards. So I want to go through your card from the universe has got my back. So it says, the capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up. the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. So I think this pairs so nicely with the recovery card, and honestly the Six of Cups reversed. I can see just from this, you've been going through it pretty heavily. I feel like this has been a really, really big cycle for you. Somebody may have really cut you deeply, but with the Six of Cups reversed, what I'm seeing is whether this is something from a long time ago or something more recently, it has touched on old wounds that have really stayed with you and influenced you for a very long time. We have that card, the Dane, which is equivalent to, this is a really cute deck. It's called the Food Fortunes deck by Josh Lafayette. I'll link it in the description box. But in this deck, this is equivalent to the Six of Wands, right? And it's reversed. So whatever this situation was, whether this again happened more recently or happened a while ago, or it's a recent situation that really opens up some old stuff for you, I feel like this is something that you feel like really defeated you. This is something that kind of, I don't want to say killed your innocence, but it's pretty close. Like it's something that I feel like you lost, there's something, okay, sorry. You lost sleep over, you lost belief over is really what I'm hearing. And we have the golden ball at the end of your spread, which is the Justice card. So this could involve a Libra or that could be you. But really what I'm seeing is I feel like you are coming to the end of a massive karmic cycle. I feel like this has been going on for a long time. I don't know why I'm hearing 12 years. So for some of you, this may be around 10 or 12 years. For some of you, this may have really unfolded over the last 10 to 12 months. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had to burp. But, you know, I feel like, so I was mentioning this in a prior group with, you know, the personal growth card. In this deck, there are a bunch of different cards and they have, they all have a Merkaba in it. And sometimes the Merkaba is the same color as the background and sometimes it's not. It's a different color. When they're the same color, to me what this speaks of is internal and external harmony, right? When you are at peace within yourself and then it manifests out into your external reality in whatever the topic is that the card talks about. So yours is, you know, number 7, it's personal growth, and 7s to me are all about your spirituality as well. So where these are the same color, I feel like you've been in a period of pause for a while, and I feel like you've been in a period of immense healing. I feel like this has been a very, very difficult cycle for you, but this has been to kind of, I would say, I guess, purify, for lack of a better word, purify something internally, right? And I feel like as a result, you're about to see your external circumstances change. And this feels like, again, this has been a long journey for you, and I do feel like there's been a lot of karma to be resolved along the way. There's probably been a lot of points where you have felt really defeated in this process, like you can't catch a break. Either that or, you know, with the Six of Wands, this is also about public recognition. You may have been trying, but you, like, I feel like you've been trying to work your way through this and people haven't really been seeing your effort or validating your effort, and that's been very, very hard. Maybe this has been in a connection with somebody, especially with the Six of Cups, somebody you may have known for a very long time, somebody you may you may have known since childhood, or you may have in your family. And I feel like no matter really the vibe I'm getting is like, I'm hearing no matter how hard I try, it doesn't matter. So this got really, really intense really quickly. And I'm really drawn to the pyramids on the golden ball, and as well as, you know, picking the color that's more of like a crown chakra color. I feel like you've been getting spiritual guidance the whole way. You've been getting a lot of spiritual messages. I feel like you are getting them now and you're about to get even more. But the biggest one that I think your team really wants to communicate right now is that what you've been going through is this, again, like this internal attunement, and you're going to start to see it ripple effect and manifest in your external reality. So if you've been blocked, if you've been in a period of pause, you haven't known which way to go, that is changing, right? The Two of Swords, the person's blindfolded, in that, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh. that implies, oh my gosh, I'm sorry guys, that implies that you have to use your intuition to be able to choose your path, right? When it's upright, it's a stalemate energy. When it's reversed, it means you're moving forward. I heard a reader once call it playing dead, and it makes me laugh so hard. But, you know, it's like, I feel like in this situation, I feel like there's a missing piece of information, right? And I don't think this is going to come in from somebody else. I get the feeling this is going to come in through downloads and other like epiphanies and spiritual realizations. I feel like this is going to come from you, and it's going to be for you. And this is your team talking with you and communicating with you. Yeah, I don't know. I see this. This has been really hard. I feel like if you're dealing with another person, because I'm just looking really quick. So we have 2 cards with 1 person on it. The other 2 cards, if they were the traditional tarot, one would have multiple people on it and the other one would have 1 person on it. And then the card in the middle, the 6 of Cups, is multiple people. So I feel like this does involve at least one other person. I feel like if this has been a really difficult cycle, if there's been a lot of ups and downs with this person, or if there was a difficult situation, but you've been kind of on the back burner in separation from them, I feel like this is somebody who you have, past life ties to. This is somebody who you have a soul contract with. And I feel like that contract is resolved now, right? With the what is it called? Justice card upright. I almost said Temperance card, so this also may be dealing with a Sagittarius, so that could be you. We are in Sagittarius season at the time I'm filming this. This is a timeless reading, but at the time I'm filming and releasing this, this could talk to this resolution happening during Sagittarius season. But I feel like this is somebody who you have a deep connection with, and that may be why it's been hard to release this situation and move on, right? And that may be that Hanged Man, 2 of Swords energy, is that it's been hard for you to, maybe forgive this person if they've really done something wrong. Because I'm just looking at I want to read it again. Your like pep talk from the universe. It's, my capacity to tune in to the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost, which is just beautiful. I feel like this is a person who you may have taken a break from. They may have taken a break from you. There's, you may have been no contact. There's some type of, like, what I'm hearing is putting it on ice. And I feel like the time is coming back around now where you're going to get, either you're going to have a conversation with them or you're going to get some type of resolution. It's just, and I'm also super drawn to the fact the woman on the recovery card's wearing purple. We have we have a lot of purple in the card right next to it. I feel like you've been in this difficult energy of feeling stuck, right? Whether this is stuck on a person, stuck in a situation, stuck on old patterns, old thought patterns, especially. Like, I'm just seeing something like looping around over and over again. I'm hearing broken feedback loop. So like all I can feel is like you've been like rehashing this in your head, and it's not really, like, I feel like it's not effective. It's not even true to you anymore, but it's been hard for you to let it go, and you don't know why. And if that's the case, if that's resonating, that's because there was this karmic contract. There's a soul contract that had to be resolved. And with the 6 of Cups reversed and the Justice card upright, I feel like it's finally coming into resolution, right? You've done the healing, or you're very nearly there. You've been working through these very big soul lessons. And if there are other people involved, they have been too. And I feel like this is finally coming into resolution. So if you've been in separation from somebody, and you've been wondering how that's going or if they're going to reach out, it does look like things are shifting, right? I'm not sure if there's not a lot here that talks about being ready to communicate. So I don't know if they would reach out, but I do feel like things are moving on. So whether this is, you're finally able to release it and to let it go and surrender it, or, maybe if somebody's really done something hurtful, they come back to you and they really own up to it, right? They're like, oh, yikes, I can see what I did. this is, you know, for some of you, if this is, words, Vanessa, if this is involving another person, there may have been this pause because this may have reflected wounds within both of you, because, you know, we do have relationships that mirror us, but they may have paused to deal with this and to heal it and to recover it and be in this period of personal growth. And if that's the case, I feel like that applies to both of you. So, you know, whatever the situation may be for you, because it'll be different for everybody, if this involves another person and this person comes back to you with an apology, it's sincere. They mean it. The little boy on the Six of Cups, he's handing the little girl a cup, and his hand is bare, right? But her hand is in like a little mitten. And to me, that always means, you know, somebody's making you an offer with an open hand. They're being very honest, right? They're being very truthful. So yeah, I'm looking to see if I get anything else. Really what I feel like is there's just this great period of healing. I'm also, if you guys have been thinking about working with heart chakra healing crystals or just crystals in general, I'm getting malachite might be very, very effective for this group. It's also super funky and cool looking, and I just love it with all my heart. So yeah, I see, you know, what is there to get hyped or excited about? There's this like beautiful turning point. There's this beautiful breakthrough is really what I'm seeing. And there's this heart healing that I think you've been struggling with for a while. So where you've been stuck, where it's been very, very difficult, just know that these are growing pains, because you have been growing at the soul in a major and very, very important way. So I think that's about everything I have for group 3. I really hope this was helpful. If you need help with your specific situation, please feel free to check out my shop for personal readings. The link is in the description box down below. I offer a variety of readings, but if you don't see anything that meets your specific spiritual or financial needs, please DM me and I would be happy to make a custom reading for you. Other than that, I think that's everything. I am so, so happy that you were able to join me today, and I cannot wait to read cards for you now and for always. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.